I did just come off of a no spend month, so it's all very fresh in my mind. But right now I'm going to talk to you about some tips and tricks that I didn't mention in that video that will be useful, I think, to you if you're gearing up like a lot of people are to do a no spend, no buy month in the new year. No matter what categories you're giving up, I think you will find many, if not all of them, useful. The first one will be really useful for those of you who are trying to give up shopping online so much, and that is to create a screensaver or wallpaper that encourages you and inspires you and reminds you every time you pick up your phone or your laptop or log on to your computer that you're doing a no spend month. And these are so simple to make if you have just the tiniest bit of computer ability, which you do because you managed to log in and watch a YouTube video. It really is so simple. I use Canva, and here is just a really quick screensaver that I came up with, and what you can do is go in and use one of their templates, and then you can just customize it just a little bit. Here I just use the template and customize the words only to inspire myself. So you could have like photos of something you're saving for and that's why you're not spending, or vacations you want to take with the money you save, or debt you want to bust, and I'll link to a tutorial on how to use Canva, but it's pretty intuitive if you've ever designed any kind of document. Really, it's pretty much easy to figure out on your own. And it can really help you delay at least, or maybe eliminate a lot of online purchases. Just that regular reminder like, hey, remember you're doing a no spend month, so maybe, put the phone away, put the laptop away, go do something else if you were going on to shop. All right, telling someone is very important. Now, during my no spend, no buy month, I told you all, my YouTube viewers, so special thank you to my subscribers, just reached 100, appreciate that. But telling you helps keep me accountable, especially those of you who would comment. I really appreciate that. So, that's something you can do if you have a YouTube channel, or you could commit in the comments, hey, I'm doing a no spend month. Just the act of telling someone helps keep a lot of people accountable. I also told a coworker, and I didn't even check in with the coworker to tell her how I was doing, and I didn't tell her how I did, but just the act of saying, I'm going to tell you so you can keep me accountable, even though that didn't actually happen, but just the act that she could ask me how it was going anytime was really helpful. So that could be, family member, friend, relative, someone you respect enough that telling them something is going to keep you accountable. All right, the next one is also helpful for those of you out there who are online shoppers, and that is to eliminate the credit card autofill capacity on your computer. So when you go and buy in and it has a click down where you can say what credit card you want to use, just go ahead and delete all those credit cards. And if there's websites like Amazon that you use frequently, then go in and delete your credit cards from there as well, because the extra step of having to walk to your wallet or drawer or whatever and actually get out a card and type in the number will give you just a little more time to think, do I really want to break my no spend rules to make this purchase? Another suggestion is to lock your debit or credit card. All of the banks and credit unions that I'm associated with have this feature where you just go in and they'll just give a little choice, usually like under account services, to lock your credit card. And it's easy to unlock. It's just, you click to lock it and click to unlock it. And that way you really have to take that other step to plan, and this is good for online shopping or in person. If you're going grocery shopping and you're not eliminating groceries from your no buy, then you'll have to go unlock it And just that little delay, again, we're trying to delay and give you time to think about what you want to buy, is very helpful. And so I would lock all the cards. All right, here's one that has nothing to do with your debit or credit cards, and that is to declutter a closet or a drawer. So this is especially useful for those of you who are trying not to buy items to bring into your house. So if not buying clothing is really difficult for you, then decluttering your clothing closet or your hall closet where you keep your coats can be very useful, because it reminds you of how much you have, and maybe even how much you have that you didn't really ever need to buy to begin with, and now it's just taking up space and you're donating it anyway. Or if cosmetics or beauty products are what you're trying to give up, then a bathroom drawer, decluttering that. So in addition to reminding you that you already have a lot of things perhaps, and maybe you've already bought a lot of things that you didn't really ever use, this is also just a good way to spend your extra time that you might free up because you're not spending as much time shopping, and get something constructive out of it. So declutter a drawer, declutter a closet, declutter your whole house. I also recommend starting a wish list. So I pledged that I would do this, and I didn't really end up writing anything on my wish list, but I do encourage you either to, on your app on your phone, or put pen to paper. And if there's something you're really craving, like you saw something super cute online or something at the store, or you just in the middle of the month realized, hey, but I really do need to buy this new kitchen gadget this year, or whatever it is, then write it down. And it's kind of like, a money fast here. And just like an eating fast, you'll get to eat eventually. You'll get to buy things eventually. So write that thing you are really desiring and on the wish list, and then know that you can buy it later if you really do still need, or really do believe it will bring you a whole lot of joy. Okay, this next one, I was inspired by this book I'm reading on folk medicine that said people who crave things that are unhealthy for them, or who indulge in excess, or have habits they're trying to break, that oftentimes what they're longing for is really sweetness in their life. So not the sweetness of, sugary foods, or not necessarily the sweetness that, a new outfit can make you feel inside, but just this general desire of sweetness. And we often try to fill that little void, and it can happen to all of us at times in our lives, I think. They're just like we're missing that sweetness in our life. And so I encourage you, if you have found that shopping or going out for drinks kind of brings a little bit of sweetness to your life, and maybe you're overindulging in those things, then to bring a little sweetness into your life in a very cheap or even free way, and that is by calling your auntie. She wants to hear from you. You'll have a nice conversation, and you'll feel better afterwards. You'll feel a connection to another human. And if you don't have a favorite auntie, then call another relative, call your best friend that you usually just text, because she lives in Alaska or whatever, and actually just call and hear that person's voice. Someone, you love, maybe someone you miss a lot and that you haven't connected with, or that it's hard to connect with, and get that little bit of sweetness, dopamine in your life by actually connecting with another person and hearing their voice. And on behalf of all aunties, I would love to be called by my niece or nephew at any moment. All right, if you are tempted to buy things, and a lot of people are in that accumulation phase of life where you're still accumulating the things you like in life, then take some time to use up those items that you're saving for fun day, or for someday, or to make use of things that you only bring out on special occasions. So if you have, a teacup that you usually only bring out for parties, bring it out and drink your tea from that to add a little fun or specialness to your life. Or if you, I'm a teacher, so teachers tend to get like little hand lotions or little coffees or things to use, and then we put them away and they sit there because we're saving them. For someday when I'm feeling like I need it, I'll use that bubble bath or that special hand cream, or, drink that flavored cocoa, whatever. You have these little things in your life that you're saving for later. Use them during your no spend month. It's almost like buying something, but it's free. And people give us these gifts, because they want us to enjoy them. So it's a better time and a positive reinforcement to do this during a no spend month, and can satisfy that little urge you have to go get yourself something. Now, some of us are doing no spend, no buy months because we just want to stop bringing things into our lives, but some of us really have that goal of saving money, maybe for a vacation, maybe for a larger object, maybe to retire early like me. And so it can be very motivating to think about a monetary goal and think about how much you would normally spend in that category. So let's say, for example, you decided you're not spending any money on toiletries, cosmetics, self-care, and you're not spending money on clothing this month, and you're not spending money on home decor. So let's say on average, just to make the math simple, you would spend $100 in each of those categories usually. So you have to look at your past budget or your past bank statements to calculate that. So let's say normally you would have spent $300. You're hoping to save every single penny of that $300. Okay, so $300 divided by 30 would be 10. So that would be $10 you could save each day by not spending money. So as you make those X's on your calendar, or however you're going to track your no spend days that are successful, you think, I just made $10, I just made $20, I just made $30, and on and on and on. And for some people that can be super motivating, and it's a fun way to track it. Okay, for any habit you want to break, spending included, coming up with a replacement ritual is important. So let's say you're in the habit of, going to Target on Saturday morning and buying a few things. Have a plan for what you're going to do instead of going to Target on a Saturday morning. Like, you're going to go for a long walk. You're going to make yourself some tea in that fancy cup and call your auntie. You're going to go to the library and check out some books for free. Just like people who, when they're stopping smoking or vaping, counselors will often suggest that they have a replacement ritual to do instead of that cigarette because they're just in habit of it. The same with spending. If you're in the habit of scrolling, through different websites on a Thursday evening when you're bored, make a plan. What are you going to do when you're bored instead? Maybe read some of those books from the library. Maybe do the decluttering. Maybe call your auntie. So have a plan for what you're going to do when you would normally be shopping. Or if you're trying to give up going out to eat, make a plan. How are you going to connect with that friend this month instead of going out to eat with him or her? Or what are you going to cook at home instead of stopping, through fast food? So have a plan to replace all those little shopping and spending rituals you have to set yourself up for success. And I do encourage you to celebrate along the way in a non-monetary way. So just share maybe with the person you told about the no spend month, share, and come back, share in the comments or any of my videos here, like I'm doing this great, make a proclamation to people so they can give you a, actual high five or a virtual high five, or, celebrate just by taking time for yourself that you don't normally take, to do a hobby or, to go for a walk. That just, don't wait until the end of the month to feel good about it. Each day you don't spend is improvement and helping you reach your goals. So don't look at it as an all or nothing. I can relate to the people who look at things as an all or nothing, and frankly that's what stopped me from doing no spend months before. So try to just take it one day at a time and celebrate what you did well. Like that time you said, oh no, actually I can't go out for dinner this week, I'm doing a no buy, no spend month, and then, celebrate that you were able to do that. I do recommend that you be open to making exceptions. During my recent no spend month, I did have a goal of not eating out at all, but I did know I was going to visit family a few hours away, and we were staying overnight in the Airbnb, and that we were just going to eat a few meals out, and I just made those low buy meals compared to what we normally would have spent. Yeah, basically those are my exceptions, was to my eating out rule. So just know that sometimes you're going to be in a situation where you say, well, it would be really super rude or impractical not for me not to spend this money, and so I'm going to just do a low spend and give yourself grace and allow yourself to make exceptions and move on, rather than just using it as an excuse. I tried to do a January no buy, no spend in 2024, and the first time I spent something, I just quit. I handled it a lot differently when I just did my no buy, no spend in November. So just give yourself permission to make exceptions when they come up and still finish your no buy, no spend month. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. All right, avoiding temptations. We've covered a few, so avoiding temptations by not scrolling your favorite shopping websites, creating rituals to do instead of going out to shop, help you avoid temptation. Also, just staying off social media, because not only will you see what your friends and family are spending money on, or influencers are spending money on, but they're littered with ads that will tempt you to spend money. The algorithm, it's like magic. So I don't really think I'm being spied on in my private conversations, but sometimes it really feels like that. Algorithm's really smart, knows what you want to spend money on, and we can crave what other people have, and it can make us want to buy things we never wanted to buy before we went online. So avoiding social media, with exception, of course, there's a lot of great motivating videos for no spend, no buy month. I'm sure there's things on Instagram. I'm not really on them that much, and probably Facebook groups and everything. But if you're going to go on social media for that inspiration, just, maybe set yourself a time limit so you're not exposed to so many ads, and just, brace yourself. Just remind yourself you are a target for the capital machine. Staying out of physical shopping places, not going on the websites you usually shop on, not going out with a friend that says, I'll buy you the first drink, but knowing you'll be tempted to buy more drinks after that. Anything that can tempt you, hanging out with certain people who are very much consuming a lot, that you think just hanging out with them that month would make you want to buy more things. Just find something else to do with them besides go shopping. I'm not telling you to ghost your friends here, but maybe you'll need to interact with certain people in a different way than you normally do to avoid buying things. Another way to avoid temptations, if you get a lot of emails from companies, then take the time to go through and unsubscribe. And you'll miss a few, but as they come in, just unsubscribe. It will be easy to resubscribe in the future. And anything we can do to avoid temptations, just set yourself up for success by doing that. Also, just having a goal, and this is something good to put on that screensaver like I talked about, having a goal of what that money is for, like saving money. I mean, it does feel good, but what are you going to do with that saved money? Just spend it next month on, items here and there? So think about what the item or experience or future that you're saving for looks like, and maybe even doodle a picture of it or download a picture of it and put it on your refrigerator. Just to remind yourself what's the point of all this. All right, those are my tips and strategies to help you make your no spend, no buy month more successful. And if you're doing one, please let me know in the comments and what your goal is. What's the point of doing this? And if you have done a no buy, no spend month before, we'd all love to hear any tips or strategies you have that I did not mention in this video. So I do hope to see you in the comments. All right, thanks for watching. Here's a link to a video that YouTube thinks you'll like, and a link to my no buy spending video for the no buy no spend month I just did, and tells you a lot about what I learned, has different information than this one that I think you will find helpful. Welcome, I'm Julie. Welcome back to my subscribers or previous viewers. I am a Montessori toddler community teacher, striving to retire by the age of 56. I have 3 adult children, one that's disabled, and I'm married to someone who is also a teacher.